Hello everybody, my name is Ultima1125 and welcome back to another part of Persona 5 first attempt 100% playthrough Persona 5 Royal. There we go. Last time we left off, I was with a friend. We were talking. Not much happened in the whole story other than me interacting with Sojiro, Mishima, and Kiwi, the homeroom teacher. Butcher. Flame me in the comments below. I'm bad with names. I accidentally continued. Well, I was almost going to continue, but thankfully I paused, started recording, so let's go. So we're back in the Velvet Room.
戻りました。主の前だぞ。姿勢を正せ。
お前が手繰り寄せた絵にし、実に興味深い。皆社会から一方的に烙印をされ、そしてそれに抗うものというわけか。気づいているか。お前の心も彼らに触発されているようだ。社会の異端者、言うなればピカレスク。その者たちとの絆をより深めるのだ。それがお前の構成への力となるだろう。楽しみにしている。私から贈り物だ。今のお前にふさわしい新たな力を与えよう。より一層の構成に励むがいい。
Okay, is this gonna increase my capacity? Hell yeah. 210. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
そろそろ時間だな。
Okay. We now got 2 extra slots now? I believe I had 8, so now I have 10. Hello.
サイさんの妹さんだよね。少し
Oh,
話せないかな。
no, I think this is
怪盗団のこ
usual.
と？明智くん？
察しがいいね。鴨志田とまだらめの事例で何か共通点はないのかなってさ。被害者が出てるんだし、怪盗団のことは追求しないと。
怪盗団を否定しているのに、怪盗団の実在は疑わないんですね。
ああ、テレビ見てくれたんだ。真実を追いかけるのに常識が邪魔になることだってあるからね。彼らがいるって考えた方が多くのことに辻褄が合う。
これ、お姉ちゃんに言われて。
たまたまだよ。
なんか楽しんでません？
そうかもね。
え？
予告回答なんてフィクション。現実でやり遂げた奴がいるとしたら、カリスマ探偵なんて言われてる身としてはライバル視するなって方が無理だろ。
自己評価が高いのね。怪盗は悪で、あなたが正義？
勝手に人の心をいじってる奴と比べれば、少なくとも僕は正義の側にいる。それに僕は自分に備わった才能を使って世のために奉仕しているに過ぎない。
I'm usually the quiet type. I don't say a lot of stuff. Sorry, I'm just talking over the dialogue, but
なんだ君。
I don't have much to talk
言いなりの
about.
いい子ちゃんタイプか。
I'm not. I don't. I'm still trying to get used to this, guys. I might be working. I might start working on my my script for the next part of my story
なんで
while
私
I'm
ばか
doing
り
these
責められるの？
dialogues.
こんな美味しいコーヒーが飲めるなんて。
次が決まるまでいていいんだぞ。住み心地は良くねえだろうがな。
いえ、寮に戻ることにしました。みんなと昨日一晩話をして分かったんです。俺は絵の世界に閉じこもっていたせいか、世間を、他人を知らなすぎたと。人間を描くならもっと知らないといけない。いろんな人と触れ合う必要があると思ったんです。まずは寮に戻って身近な人たちと触れ合うことからやり直そうと。
大したもんだよ。よく自分で気づけたな。
大げさですよ。またコーヒーをいただきに来ても。
待ってるよ。
彼も大変だったんですよね。 マスターと彼は親戚なんですか？
ああ、なんつうかただの知人だ。血はつながってね。
立ち入った質問かもしれませんが、なぜ彼を引き取ることに？
理由か。似てるからかね。昔の自分に。
それだけの理由で？
世の中はそんなもんさ。誰かが誰かを気にかけるってのは、お前さんとこの師匠、元師匠、その人だって才能を盗むって以外にお前になんか思うとこがあったんだろうよ。
俺も心の底からは憎めません。俺そろそろ。
なあ、本当にいいの？
Because Yusuke might have a
う
more
ちなんかには
complicated
もっ
side.
たいないぜ。
寮で俺だけが抱えているのも、後期の目にさらされるのも嫌でしょうから、何の変哲もない日常をほんの少し彩る。母もきっと同じ選択をするはずです。
そうか。じゃあ預かっといてやるよ。
ごちそうさまでした。また。
おーい。
Where's Yusuke? He just left. Hey, that's usually my wake up time too, whenever I have the day off. Ah. I wanna get dressed. Okay. Okay, so off camera I did do a little bit of a sneak peek ahead, so I know what to do, but it was only like a day ahead, day or two. But I should be all right. I should be all right. Oh, trust me, Soldier will definitely protect that. Don't worry. Alright. So what made me want to start Persona 5, even despite me understanding that this is a long series and it's gonna take me a long time to get this done? Honestly, I have no reason behind anything. Like, I decided to do this. I've always been playing games for a long time. Like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of you guys, even those famous ones, even the famous YouTubers in there up there, they all probably started out just loving the games and decided to, like, I guess, express themselves more on the internet. For me, I'm just you can say I'm just doing this as a hobby. I'm not. If you guys, I don't know. Honestly, I really enjoy doing this with you guys. I honestly do. I do have some games that I will play that I have never touched before. Some old, definitely something that's like brand new, like especially the Spider-Man Miles Morales and Horizon Forbidden in the West. I am looking so forward to those two games. So when those two games come out, ooh, if I'm not already playing like too many games on my plate and all that, expect that. Okay, guys, expect that to happen. What are they talking about? Okay, yeah, I think they're talking about their next target. What if we? No. That's a horrible idea. Yusuke, it hasn't even been like... Okay, fine. Actually, no. I feel like we're still... No, he said noon. No, I don't think you've left it for that long already. It hasn't even been a day. That's all I gotta say. Just reading that text, it hasn't been a day. These 10 updated? Okay. Oops. What's going on in these 10? No, I'm good. Request. Do I have the name for that? ID Nozuma Odo and Hikari Shimizu. Okay. I'm gonna say this right now. When I get back into Mementos, there's gonna be a lot of side quests I'm gonna be doing. So there's that to look forward to. Go over here. Station Square, that should be it. No, that was not it. Whoops. I keep hitting the wrong button. Why do I keep hitting the wrong button? Why? Because I play way too many games. I have like way too many games on my hand. Buy this. Each one is 5,000 yen each. I'm glad I saved up. I grinded so much money and treasure. When I want to drink that, I'll drink it. Don't worry. Alrighty then. Underground Mall. Nice on these. I don't wanna do that. The song is really good though. I really like the song. Fast heel necklace with clamps. Let's buy this one. I'll leave that. I'll leave it at that. Don't want to spend too much money, just in case. Save. Always save, guys. I learned such a hard in the hard way. I learned it in such a complicated way. I think we could. Let's go. Don't creep for the famous creep shop is half all. Oh, that's. Do you think? Well, I never actually had one of those. I never actually had one of those. Like, I never actually tasted one. Would really love to try one though. Yeah. When it comes to spending money, don't spend too much. Today now these days makes it really hard. Because if you spend one thing, you have to make sure you have enough for the other. Oh, I gotta think about reality sucks. Everybody knows the struggle. Rehab, oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Work-related stuff where someone calls out, so the boss calls you to fill in. Pretty common thing that happens. Well, not as common. It's a rare thing to happen, but it can happen. Okay. Wait, didn't I know she was in a fashion show? Oh wait, or did she mention it? God, I have so many things going on in my head right now, I can't keep up. So, and also, if you guys are wondering, I am playing Final Fantasy VII again. I'm playing it in hard mode. I'm not going to record that since I already completed the whole game. So, playing it all over again in hard mode, I don't think there's really much of a... I don't think there's, like, not much to see. I'm currently trying to do all the secret bosses. Well, I say secret bosses with quotes. Technically, they are out in the open. There's some that requires a certain condition to achieve them. Also, one of them. Oh my god! I thought it was a boss rush, but I didn't think it was going to be that kind of boss rush. For people who played Final Fantasy VII, will probably know what I'm talking about, or at least like kind of get an idea and will know what I'm kind of like talking about here. As I'm talking to myself alone in my room, all by myself. Is this like the impediment of going insane? Cause I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the conversation, by the way. Like, I feel like our main Kurisu over here, he's been listening through all this, and he's just like, well, I'm glad they're not getting me involved. For me over here, I'm just like wandering off with my ADHD, I guess people will probably say. I feel I get distracted way too easily by everything, I will have to say. Oh, okay.
ちょっと。は？
Okay, well. Did I choose the wrong one? Hold on, how many selection was that? Did I mess up? Did I mess up or did I mess up? What do I do? Did I mess up? Okay, if it's just two selections, I'll be okay. It's at least just two. I messed up, guys. I gotta go back. I remember this interaction. I gotta reload the save. Oh, okay. At least I saved right in front of On, so at least I'm not losing that much. The last two doesn't really matter. If I remember correctly, for this selection, It shouldn't, cause right now the entire scene is the same. Oh, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. For less during negotiation. Huh, okay. That kind of makes sense why she would learn that, because that girl was using crocodile tears. Okay. Bye. I'll see you real soon as I reload again, because I messed up. I lost count.
ああ、帰ったか。
Yep, perhaps. Okay. System, load. Everybody, please subscribe to me. Here we go again. Okay, everybody saw the whole dialogue, so I could just skip all this. Get to count how many we do. God, I was seriously so lost in thought, in my own conversation, that I completely didn't realize what was going on. This is what. God, that's annoying. That is annoying. A lot of you guys are wondering, like, why does it matter? It matters a lot if you wanted to do 100% completion. Okay, so I did You're Outmatched. I didn't do anything. She's amazing. There we go. It had Grace. And then the other two, doesn't really matter. I'll prove it to you guys right now. See? Didn't really matter. Same last two. Didn't have anything. Okay. We got that done. Thankfully.
ああ、帰ったか。
We'll go through all this. And hold on, I bought a new item. Here it is, imported protein. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had that. That part is special. I really would love to, but I can't. Oh, that dart is so helpful, but gotta do something first. Decide later. I'll be back with you. Let me go to here. And there was something over here that I remember. Let me see if I remember where it was. Like I said, I did this kind of off camera. Supposed to be in the alleyway. Where was that alleyway where I found those two men? There they are. So then, was it you? Nope. There's the bar. You? Okay, you definitely. I am Chapman, collecting rare goods for personal reasons. Chapman. It's just an old word for trader. You know what. Okay, I did not know. Thank you for telling me that. Trader must constantly. Yeah, I remember. Okay, this is the guy. I just knew I could talk to you. Sure. Okay, yeah, but wait. So there was a reason why I bought that. It was him. Just buy the item when you can. Bring it to me at any time. Fortunately, consumer demand is always in a constant state of flux, so sometimes that item you bring to me may no longer be needed. Sorry, man, that's just how it is. Okay. Sakai. Phantom things, we have to be careful about procuring the items and placing it. Okay. Handling in the item Sakai request from you will earn you a special item. More requests come in over time. Sakai will not reappear until he has another request for you. Be sure to check now and then to see if he's returned. Okay. Kind of annoying. Sure. Here you go. Thank you. Pig's milk. Okay. Okay, thank you. So that's a new equipment for on. That's a lot of damage. 36. And has a luck plus 5. That's good. That is good. Okay. Okay, let's hang out with him.
皆さん
Let's hope he doesn't freeze up again. Let's see. What else is there to say? Like, Persona 5 is definitely a really good game. I really like it, but definitely, like a lot of us has been saying, it takes a lot of time to put some dedications into it. So make sure you guys play it at your own time. Okay, just play it at your own time. If you guys want to do 100% completion, you guys could always return back into my channel to watch all my videos, watch all my mess ups if you want. It's honestly really up to you. But in my case, I highly recommend that you guys just play it normally. Just play it how you want to play it and figure out over time. Like, that's where the fun is. But if you guys want to do a first playthrough, all 100% in the first go ahead. No one's stopping you other than yourself. And maybe your friends and family who worry about you for locking yourself in your room for over a week or maybe or longer.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I really don't like complicated situations in this case. I still can't tell if this guy's a good I found correctly, I think he's a good friend? What's his? I'll tell you what value should review in. I'm gonna say his speaking skills. I think that should be good. That should be good. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, sometimes I'm trying to remember what I did in the last playthrough, which one I selected. Sometimes they recall to me, sometimes I have to guess, like a majority guess of, I think I chose this one, but sometimes they come to me because I will have to say this guy's skills is really helpful if you want to grind, if you want to get as much money as possible, but not as much experience points. That's the main problem. Not a lot of experience points does come out. Sometimes you could get some good items out of it too, which is good too. It allows you to ask for large amounts of money during negotiation. Give me your money. This is our fundraising now.
よし
Oh, imagine me doing fundraising in my, oh my like that's ever gonna happen. And it's not like I'm gonna get that popular enough to do that. But one day. God, I already wasted enough time on the mess up with On's interaction. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, guys. Ah, god damn. I wasn't paying attention. That's all. Okay.
ではまた
Mistakes always happens. You can never fault your own. Like whenever you guys always make mistakes, do not let it get to you all the way. Just understand what made that result happen, learn from it, and make sure that doesn't happen again. Always learn from your mistakes. That's what everybody says. You guys think I'll ever find it? You guys think I'll ever make it up there? Maybe one day. Maybe. And by the way, I did went through everything that I did in the past. They are all the correct selections, so do not worry. This is going to be definitely 100%. I am 100% confident with that. Oh, whoops. Akechi. What everybody says. Sleepy. No. For me, I usually stay up way too late playing all my games. Some of them I'm actually enjoying trying to 100% complete. Some of them I'm just doing it just because. Ghost of Tsushima, I finally did 100% complete that off camera. Some of them was actually really weird, like very specific or something like that. I think I'm willing to tell you guys this part. So there's this one trophy where you have to dress up as if you guys don't remember this, Sly Cooper. I think that's... Yeah, it has to be the Sly Cooper reference because it's with the Tanuki thing. Hold on. I'm rethinking this, but I'm convinced it is Sly Cooper because of the coloration and the reference. If you squint at it, I guess you could understand it, but I guess it's not the look of it, but I think it's supposed to be what it's supposed to represent. And when I found out about that, I was just like, okay, one, how's anybody? Okay, that's a lot. That's very specific considering of how many, but I guess if you actually remembered what the actual model looked like, I guess you could make it look, I guess you could make it as close, make a reference to him, and I guess that's how you get it if you knew what that reference was. But in my case, who would figure that out unless they actually look through the trophies and find out there was a trophy of that that guy. Oh, they're talking about him? I was not paying attention, looking at what. Hold on. Probably talking about who knows what he'll do if he sees you. You're gonna end up at. They're probably talking. Okay. Oh god, it's him again. Season of... Aren't you not? And also, I feel like this is supposed to be biology, considering what the board is showing. Let's test your knowledge and imagination. Okay.
答えてごらん
Washing your hair with dissolving copper, your hair color changes. I think I remember this one. This one was like interesting. I think it was this answer, wasn't
これ
it?
だその通り
Sweet.
さ
And also thank God too, because I don't think I saved yet. So thank God I got that one right. Thank God it was not the chalk throwing thing again too. Oh, was that a rank up? No, that was not. It looked like it was a rank up. London. More than 4,000. Oh. Is this history? I thought this was biology, considering like there's a human anatomy drawing on the board, but okay. What time is it? We still have time. We have good enough time.
よかった。まだ帰ってなかった。新島さんからことつてよ。すぐ生徒会室へ行ってくれる？紛失物の届けが出てないから手続きしてくれって。囚人の生徒会長新島誠さん。生徒会室は3階ね。図書室の隣にあるから。それじゃ伝えたからね。校長のお気に入りだか知らないけど、なんで私が生徒の？
新島ってお前たちを突き回してたやつだろ。一体何の用だ？
Well, I know where this is going because it's gonna lead us to our next target for this month. Anyway, let's get to the third floor. She said it's right next to the library. Should be this one. There we go. I should have saved. Oh, god damn it, I should have saved. What if I mess up with the selection?
早かったのね。どうぞ。率直に聞くわ。鴨志田先生、それからまだらめ、怪盗事件の真相を教えてくれない？答えられない？そうよね。認めるわけないわよね。聞いてくれる？
誰かが助けてやれんだったら、こっちも怪盗なんてやってねえんだよ。
本当なのかな？このまま続けて大丈夫だよね。
どういう意味かしら。
やっちまった。
恐喝なのか催眠なのか、どうやって自白まで追い込むの？教えてもらえない？
I like how we're like leaning back saying calm even though we just got caught. Not sure what you mean, Makoto.
こんなもの証拠にならない。そう言いたいってわけね。私はあなたたちが怪盗団だと思ってる。さっきの警察が聞いたらどう思うのかしらね。
警察に直に見張られるのはまずい。お前の身だってどうなるか知れたもんじゃないぜ。
君が白状してくれたら、ここだけの話にしてもいい。話してくれるよね。
Let me think about it.
時間をかけるだけ無駄だと思うけど。どうぞ。
おお、今どこ？便所？いつものとこで怪盗団の会議な。
Oh boy.
相変わらず大きな声。 でもちょうどよかった。みんなにもこれ聞いてもらいたいの。お仲間のところへ案内してくれる？
こうなった以上仕方ないか。
More story segments. I hate these story segments.
あの子友達？
どうなってんだよ。
どういうつもり？彼に案内してもらったの。坂本龍二君、高巻杏さん、それからまだらめの門下生だった厚生高校2年生北川君だよね。これのことで聞きたいことがあってね。
誰かが助けてやれんだったらこっちも街道なんてやってねえんだよ。
鴨志田とまだらめで酷似した犯行手口、偶然にしては出来すぎなほどタイミングよく集まった被害者たち。疑わない方法を教えてほしいわ。
君の目的は何だ？わざわざ報告しに来たのか？これから通報しますとでも。
That's my code over
どうせ言わ
everybody.
れて
He
き
is
たんでし
good.
ょ。学園から犯罪者を出すわけにいかないもんね。自殺とかセクハラとかは見逃すくせに。大人の言いなりに使われてるだけなのにかわいそうな人。そんなこと分かってる？え？だから確かめさせて。あなたたちの言う正義を。
はあ？
このことはまだ私しか知らないの。正義を証明してくれればこれは捨てる。
取引か。
改心させてほしい人がいるの。
誰だ？
できないとは言わないのね。でもそれはまだ言えない。明日放課後屋上で続きを話しましょう。引き受けてくれるって前提でね。
She's good, guys.
めんどくせえことになったな。
うかつなんだよ。自覚がなさすぎるんじゃないのか、龍二。
なんで俺だけなんだよ。あんだって録音されたろうが。
ごめんなさい。
おい、どうするよ。証拠があんだよな。
レコーダーか。証拠にしては不十分な気もするが、そもそも手口を解明できるはずがない。
あの人のことだし、またなんか罠かも。
保護観察中のこいつだけはちょっとヤバいかもな。
こいつがいなくなったらきついだろう。つうか、警察は俺らも勘弁。
I'm hoping I get through this before,
やるしかない
through the story segments.
今は素直に従っておくべきだ。痛恨の
I
ミスで
probably
はあ
need
っ
to
た
do
が
the recordings
致
to
命傷
get
で
through
は
the
ない。
story segments.
取り戻すしかないだろう。
へいへい、すんませんした。ってことでいいんだな、リーダー。
It's our only choice.
明日屋上だったっけ？
俺はどうしたらいい？なんなら潜入でもするか。
目立っちゃうってば。ユウスケは外で待ってて。あの人何企んでんだろう。
And this is why if you guys are doing some kind of top secret thing, always make sure you keep a low profile and not shout everything out. But in my case, how was Ori supposed to know? How was Ryuji supposed to know that Makoto was just around the corner, recording everything? Yeah, this one had a very effed up game over thing incident, which I did not expect. I accidentally on the first playthrough I accidentally didn't make it through, and I messed up. So I actually want to go to the Velvet Room real quick. Since I now have more extra room, I could get I have like 2 other confinements that I need to add in, right? I have him, lovers, chariot. I need justice. I think justice and emperor because Yusuke.
囚人
I need emperor and justice. Honestly, do not know, but if I recall correctly,
ジュスティーノあなたの奇跡で
I
す
should be. So I only have you.
このペルソナですね
Really? I guess that works. Ultimate acquires bonus traits when fusing with a treasure. Huh, okay. That's interesting.
相
Still
応
taking
の
you.
代価はでは
Go
お
ahead.
持ちなさい
And then I should have justice right down here.
このペルソナです
Archangel.
相応の代価はでは
This should
お
be
持
good.
ちなさい
And that should be all my
当然
space.
さ手をしさあさあ選べ
Yep, there we go. Yep. That's good. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Good, good. I'll start fusing. I usually fuse off camera, so you guys don't need to see the thing that's happening. But because I now got the other 2 more spaces, that means 2 more people. I looked through. It's justice, so I must get that. And huh. Might as well.
書くか
Gonna save to see if this was a waste of time. Talk to you.
やあ
You act all nice, but we all know what you are like, Akechi. You can't lie to me. I know what you are like.
I'm a sharpshooter. I post masquerade, hiding both face and mind.
よかった
Someone to play against. Okay, Akechi. Okay, okay. You wanna go? You wanna go? Not busy all the time either. Anything, it's my policy to spend my spare time in meaningful ways. Now let's play a game. You played pool before, correct? Oh, that was actually really good. Not bad. A coincidence, huh? Of course, this game won't count. Let's start over. If you get this next one, I'm in trouble. Nice. Now, how will you handle this? Shoot very carefully. Was that enough? Damn it. I want a rematch. Something seems off. Yeah, something seems off. That's great news. I sent something. Calling my detectives. What?
やるじゃないか。
Huh. Okay, well, thank you for... Okay, so that's interesting. That's new. With my right hand, I can even use chopsticks. I see a lot of things. You'll be surprised. And that was apparently the right answer. Good to know. Were you being... It's the glasses assistant. You can't read through them. Chance to reveal one enemy's affinity at the start of battle. That's new. When did you... Okay. So I'm now actually able to interact with Akechi unlike the original.
それじゃあまた。
Okay then. And getting a cold. Our little game turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Barely anyone notices when I don't use my dominant hand. I can only command your powers of observation. I think you'd be an interesting influence on me. If you're so inclined, we could go out again sometime. Hi. I don't know what to choose. We'll go with the odd one out. As rivals. It's always the odd one out. I don't know if that's good or not. I might need to do that again. I'll do that off camera, guys. I've already reloaded again just because I made one tiny mess up. I saved in front of him, so it'll be easy. And then I'll be on the 14th of June. God, these days takes forever sometimes. Oh, it's you again. Yes, I am. What about your jug? What about your jab? I think this is gonna be the start of like a chain story segment.
来ないかもって思ってた。
Yep.
改心させたい相手って誰なの？あるマフィアのボス。マフィア？
何言い出してんだ？
図に乗ってそう名乗ってるそうよ。フィッシング詐欺の元締めらしいの。最悪なのは奴らに目をつけられたら徹底的に脅され続けること。詐欺の片棒を担がされて家族まで脅迫して破滅するまで追い込む。
マジかよ。
I'm not gonna say anything about this.
いるらしいの。嘘。彼らは子供を中心に狙ってる。
そのボスの名前は？
さあ、わからない。彼らに脅されて誰も証言しないから警察ですら実情を把握できないそうよ。そこから調べろってこと？正義を語る怪盗団ならそれくらいやってみなさいよ。それとも明智くんの言う通り正義なんて存在しないのかしら。
なんかチクッと言い返せねえのか。
Give us the details.
真面目か。
彼らは渋谷を中心に活動している。それだけが頼りの情報。期限は2週間。 過ぎれば全ての証拠を警察と学校に提出する。私の期待裏切らないでね。
2 weeks. Ooh.
完全に向
Don't
こうの
worry.
ペースだったな。
何が期待だ。くそ、上から指図しやがって。
ユウスケに連絡だ。
And flash forward.
"囚人学園の生徒会長ですって。誠が怪盗団騒ぎに首を突っ込んでいたっていうの。
Okay, seriously, you never noticed?
あの誠がどうして揺さぶるために妹の名前を出すなんて、やっぱり大した悪党ね。いいわ、嘘を言っているかは全部聞いてから判断させてもらう。ああ、もうムカつく。
しかしマフィアとは。
大丈夫かな。
やるにしても相手の情報が少なすぎる。犯罪に手を染めてる輩どものボスだ。パレス持ちでもおかしくはないが。
けどいいチャンスなんじゃないか。
どこが超大ピンチでしょう。
I'm sorry that these parts has not actually been very progressive, but these are all story segments and they could add something new to the elements. Something I never seen before.
警察が手を焼く大物を懲らしめれば。
そっか、みんな信じてくれるかも。
なるほど、あの明智にも俺たちが正義の怪盗団だって認めさせられるわけか。どうするよリーダー。おや、いつもみたいにやれりゃできる。
期限は2週間だったな。あまりのんびりもできないだろう。俺はうちの学校に被害者がいないか聞き込みしてこよ
う。私も渋谷に出入りしてる子にその辺聞いてみる。
じゃあ俺ネット片っ端かな。お前とモルガナは学校の聞き込み頼む。鴨志田の時でちょっとコツ掴んでんじゃね。
我が輩もフォローしてやる。
よし、じゃあ情報持ち寄って週末の金曜あたりに集まろうぜ。また連絡入れるからよ。
明日から学校で聞き込みだな。何、どうせすぐに見つかるって。
ちょっといいか。
Oh, okay, what's up?
いや、そのさゆりを見たくなってな。帰るなら俺も一緒に行く。
Okay, well, this is gonna take up the rest of the time.
店に馴染んでるな。ここに預けてよかった。さゆり。ひょっとしたら俺はもうダメかもしれん。実は相談があってな。最近筆が止まってしま
So
うん
he's
だ。
going through
これま
artist
でも
block, I guess you could say.
モチーフや技法で悩むことはあったが、少し時間を置けば勝手に治った。だが今回は違う。もがけばもがくほど底なし沼に沈むような完全にスランプというやつに陥っている。俺が美術を学んでいられるのは学校からの奨学金のおかげだ。だが奨学金もボランティアじゃない。コンクールでも何でも実績を出さなくては奨学金が断たれれば寮も出ていかねばならんだろう。今まで書きたいものだけ書いていればいいと思っていた。どこかにある純粋な美、それを追い求めることが絵を描く理由だった。あのさゆりのような純粋な美に近づきたい、それだけだった。なのに今の俺は生活のため 評価のためキャンバスに向かっても湧くのは雑念ばかり。苦心してできた絵も俺の目には美とほど遠い。もはやこんな俺に筆を取り続ける資格があるのか。
I think this was right. I like Yusuke a lot.
ただ昔から物事ははっきりさせたい性分なんだ。中途半端は許せん。罪だ。だから今の不甲斐ない自分に腹が立ってな。だが今筆を折ることこそ最も中途半端だ。俺は自分が納得できる絵を描きたい。これで死んでもいいと思えるような絵を。見ろ、あのさゆりを。見る者に訴えかける眼差し、輝かしいばかりの姿、あれこそ純粋な美だ。さゆりの美はいくら模写をしても俺のキャンバスに現れ出ない。なぜだ。書き手が違うからだ。魂が違うからだ。魂とは何だ。それは心だ。心とは何だ。なぜ美を生み出すんだ。俺は心を理解したい。だがどうしたらいいのか。率直に言ってさっぱりわからない。協力してくれないだろうか。君は俺の世界にはいなかった類の人間だ。そして俺の世界を変えた人間だ。その君なら俺に何かをもたらすかもしれない。
You guys are welcome to for. So this is the reason why I like Yusuke, because I kind of understand his struggle. Not gonna get too much into it, but I'm just gonna say Yusuke is definitely one of my favorite characters. Not because he's like the fox, not because like he has the fox max and all that, the fox like figure, costume and all that. I just the struggle he goes through is just like, man, like Ryuji definitely like that's something that is like something like, yo, like wow, you went through all that's a hard thing to go through. And then Yusuke is just like, you're just like, damn, like I kind of understand that feeling too.
いつまでごまかせるものか。心の濁りはいずれキャンバスにもにじむ。そろそろ門限だ。失礼する。またな。
雨ね。
It brings everybody down. Ida, we're gonna meet Ida. Oh my god. My Hero Academia. God.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone and on, without the clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real
Okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna have to end this part here. I apologize that not a lot of stuff is happening. We just got it with another goddamn story segment. Hopefully the next part we'll start seeing some action, because now we just got mentioned with the Mafia boss. We all know, so everybody who played Persona all knows what's going to be happening next. So with everything that said, thank you guys all for watching. Do not forget, I'm also doing other videos on my channel, another version of on video of my channel, which is a story video called Unjust Gospel. I will be doing more once I'm done with that one. Hopefully I could upgrade that more into something else. But until then, thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and until further ado, I'll see you guys all when I see you.